What's up, world? Wagwan? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Frost Nashan Medea. I'm glad someone to come back on the channel to come rock out with us. It's been such a hectic week. It's a holiday week, Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there, you and yours. I hope you got to enjoy it. What else was going on this week? The Bob Marley One Love movie premiered on Wednesday, which was also special. I hope everyone got a chance to check that out. We're gonna do a review reaction on that as well, so be on the lookout for that coming. And what's the top of the headlines all week was Kartel'S and his accused members like Sean Storm appeal case being heard in front of the UK Privy Council, and we're all waiting to see what happens on the outcome of that coming. But even to myself, I had some questions. I needed to figure out what's really was being happening, what grounds are they trying to stand on, to see what areas was the weakest of the prosecution, to find out basically how they was going to beat this case up. And I just needed to understand my process, and I wanted to share it with y'all as well. I got some notes, like a book, everything going now. So let's not even wait too long. I'm get into some details. See? All right. So first off, like myself, you're probably wondering, what's the Privy Council anyway? You know, I said free world boss or whatever, however you stand on the fence. Still, what's the Privy Council, and why did it have to get pushed to this highest? Well, this is the highest court in the land. So after the Jamaican appeals court basically declined the last appeal, they went higher to the Privy Council. So let me just give you a little information. The jurisdiction of the Privy Council Judicial Committee consists predominantly of justices of the Supreme Court of the UK, senior Commonwealth judges, and hears all types of cases, including civil, criminal, and constitutional and international. The committee is regarded as the final court of appeal and will usually have the power to reverse the decisions of the referring court. As you can see, they are the end all be all. So yes sir, stop. Yes sir. So if you reach to this up, these are the people that are gonna determine if the case was handled properly or no, if it was a retrial or what have you. Let me continue some more. The council is based in London, where the vast majority of its cases are heard. Occasionally, the committee is invited to consider an appeal in the jurisdiction where the case was originated. So it's not uncommon for them to leave London and to say, come to Jamaica or Trinidad and Tobago or any one of the other commonwealths to hear a case. But they didn't find any more details as far as what would be the leading factor why they would want to come. I guess them good with them there, you come to them. But again, so that's who the Privy Council is. That's basically what their job is set up. You know, it's a bunch of some high judges and dignitaries as far as in the legal sphere, and they're gonna listen to the case. So Wednesday, February 14th, British law lords, as they're called, British law lords, heard case submissions from King's Counsel Hugh Southey, who represents Jones, St. John's, Isaac Buchanan, who's representing Vybz Kartel'S, and his arguments basically centered around the breach of charter rights in the relations of telecommunications evidence and issues of jury tampering. So it's like he couldn't get the evidence, the evidence that the prosecution had recovered from the phone. They're saying that was basically illegal and against Constitutional Act, the Interception of Communications Act. Yeah, they said during the trial in 2014, the appellants challenged the admissibility of phone evidence, arguing that its acquisition violated the Interception of Communications Act and infringed upon the fundamental right to privacy of communication as guaranteed by the Jamaican Constitution. Anyway, but the judge never business about that, and he deemed it admissible. That means that he allowed that evidence to be accepted into the trial, so the jury got to hear it. And now the case now that what they want to do is that they're standing. To discharge them, i.e. being found guilty of attempting to pervert the course of justice. So basically, it's like he knows that the juror is tainted and it can affect other jurors, but because the judge felt like they were so engulfed in the trial proceedings already, them never want to restart up the case again. So him just say, all right, boom, let me just discard that and continue to push forward, which is wrong. Clearly it states it wrong. So clearly a base fee appeal. You know, it was real risk. One of the key fears was that there was real risk that the trial was unfair due to subconscious and conscious prejudice against the accused. See, and that's one of the that's one of the arguments that they're making, and I think it sounds pretty good. It sounds like the law lords were agreeing that if not for the juror being dismissed, they should have restarted the whole trial and started a whole new jury pool. Okay, so let's take a look at some more. So here's how the prosecution answers to all of those accusations. Basically, the evidence in the case against all the appellants was overwhelming, in particular in the case of Mr. Palmer, Peter Knox said in court filings. He added, even if there were irregularities, damn. So even if there were irregularities in the trial, they did not result in any serious miscarriage of justice. He even noted that even if there was one juror who was bribed, there were an additional 10 jurors who came in with a guilty verdict. So basically, he didn't join the whole one bad apple spoils the bunch philosophy. But it's not a philosophy, it's legal proceedings, bro. Like, come on, that, you know, two bads don't make a right. Like, you can't say because the evidence against the accused was so overwhelming that you can overlook my little minuscule. No, you're an officer of the court and defending the law, so you have to continue to behave in such a manner that continues to have justice and the system working. You can't just bend the rules and overlook where you want to overlook when you want to overlook them. It just don't work. So on the 14th and the 15th, that's basically the two arguments that the prosecution and the defense team were presenting to the Privy Court. So what happens now? Well, after hearing an appeal, the panel of judges which heard the case, known as the board, issues a decision in writing. Now, they say this process can take a few weeks or up to a few months. So anywhere in between, depending on how many cases are submitted to the court, and they're actually handled as they're submitted. So first come, first serve, I guess. You know, nothing takes precedent over the next. So I guess that's cool. We just gotta sit and wait and see what kind of verdict they turn. They basically want to get the conviction quashed. Okay, so what does quash mean? Quash basically is a legal term that means to void or reject, especially by legal procedure. put an end to. Okay, so that's what they're trying to do. Quash it, squash it. This is it. Alright, so all we gotta do is just keep our fingers crossed that you get the verdict that we're looking for. Well, we're gonna be biased. Free word bias. Let me say, this isn't it. Free word bias. And we hope that a new leaf has been turned over and he can stay totally out of trouble. Stay away from all those bad elements, because we're not in 2014, 2011. The man has been in jail since 2011. He has been sentenced to life in 2014 with a minimum of 35 years, that which was later reduced to 32 and a half. So I hope that, yeah, we can't do bad man lyrics, but I hope the bad man element in real life, because there's so much money to get out here. As you can see, he's still a star, and he gets to be close to his family. His kids are growing up so fast. I'm pretty sure that's more important than anything. Alright, so we're going to be keeping our eyes tuned as we get a verdict. We're going to be doing updates. Hopefully I can do it live. But they do copyright. They did say they was going to copyright every copyright flag, every channel that was reposting the live. So I don't know. I ain't want a part of those problems. You young tuber, isn't me? So let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think? Do you think you're going to get they think they're going to uphold the verdict? Or do you think they're going to quash it? Like I told you, to do away with the original, because I don't think they're going to do a new retrial. I don't think that's what they're gunning for. They're gunning for the whole conviction to be quashed. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? All right, it was pretty fun looking up some new details. Like I said, we know what the two arguments, the two strong arguments, what the appellants are presenting to the Privy Council. We know what the Privy Council consists of, okay, where they're located, and kind of a little bit about how they operate. And we hear about the prosecution's defense was, as well, as far as what they feel about the arguments that the defense was bringing to the council. And we gotta kind of have an understanding of how long we can expect to hear a verdict, which we probably gotta wait a couple months. I don't know if it's gonna be a quick one, but it seemed like it was pretty cut and dry. But let me know what you think in the comments, Zin, because it's all about Uno. Alright, and I'm gonna go run off because we wanna go get this Bob Marley One Love vlog up. So look out for another content getting posted up very shortly. And thanks for rocking out with me. I'll see you again next time. It's your boy, One Destiny Media, one life, one art, one destiny. Megan! Peace.
One Destiny.